Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, 大家好.
大家好. And welcome to another edition of High Life, coming live, of course, every Monday night from HighCom HQ, the last High Life of the year, and a happy Christmas to all of our viewers.
Happy Christmas to all of you watching. Yes, Happy Christmas, not Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas. No, it's more Merry Christmas actually in the UK, actually. Yeah. So we are here tonight with Guillaume.
Yes,
from ACADEMIE de Bernadac, and we're going to have a little lesson tonight on etiquette, international etiquette and manners, how to speak better, how to behave better, good posture, what else?
Yes, posture, we're going to talk about posture, we're going to talk about...
Deportment is the correct word.
Deportment, yes, and I'm sure many of you are interested why people will learn that here in China. Why Chinese people would be interested in learning international etiquette, who are these people, and what are their motivations. We can all talk.
Yeah, so excellent. I think we're all going to learn quite a bit tonight, and and Stefan and Matthias are both with us as well.
Yeah!
So they will be taking part a little bit later. I'm sure they'll be looking forward to that. Mm-hmm. So first of all, Guillaume, as we ask our viewers each week, what was your path to China and how did you end up here?
Well, my first time in China was actually almost 10 years ago, in a couple of months, actually in February 12th. It's going to be my 10th anniversary of China. I came here first as a student, as an exchange student. Back then I used to be intern at L'Oréal, at Olaya in Paris. And they told me, well, you know, if one day you want to go back to work with us, that would be good if you can do your exchange program in Asia, and especially in China. Okay, let's try. So I've applied to, if I'm correct, to Hong Kong, to Beijing, and I got finally Shanghai.
Okay.
So I came for 6 months. It was my first time in Asia. And it was pretty much like a shock. I was not prepared of this.
So this was 10 years ago, right?
Yes, yeah, that was 10 years ago.
So 2010 you got to Shanghai, and then so what were your first impressions then?
First impression. I remember my first day, it was snowing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have not seen many days of snow.
Since then,
yes.
1 or 2 maybe.
Yes, so it was snowing on my very first day. And yes, I remember the energy, and I remember like how different China was from the image we had in Europe, at least that we had in France. Like, one of my first one was the food. In France, we have a lot of Chinese restaurants, which are all Vietnamese owned, and that serves Vietnamese food, right?
Well, when I was living in France, one thing I noticed that all the Asian specialities were kind of lumped into one.
Yes.
It was like spécialité asiatique, which would be like everything. So my experience of, say, Chinese food or Asian food in Paris and in France was just kind of a mixture of things, really, and it didn't really correspond with what I came to experience here.
Yes, very true. So, and I was also very quite absorbed by how different people were into. So what was polite for us in Europe was definitely different here in China. So, and to go a bit further, shall I go further with the story?
Carry on, carry on.
Okay, so when I go back to France, I talked about this to my family, and especially my grandma. So my grandma, for those of you who know me a bit, she was born in Morocco, and back then her father was teaching for the kids there how to have some well, they were teaching like French, mathematics, geography, but also how to behave at the table, how to what kind of wear, what clothes you should wear, how to do some handshakes, how to do the cheek kissing. And for all the kids were meant to later study abroad, especially in France. And she told me, but you know, Morocco back then, it was a country that was closed for a while and suddenly opened up. And China must be quite similar to that. Yeah. So that's how my idea came to develop this academy and later to come back.
I see. I guess the fact that it was kind of closed off to the rest of the world for many, many years, and I guess we still have a generation now who are obviously much, much older now, but you can really see the differences between their behaviour and the much younger ones who are, I guess, more exposed to the international ways of doing things,
Yes.
and Western TV shows and that kind of thing. Of course, everybody knows the kind of the restrictions that are in place in China, and they're not able to watch absolutely everything. But still, at the same time, it's way different compared to, say, how it used to be. So we still see quite. So what really struck you? I mean, obviously being an etiquette expert now, what really struck you when you first arrived in terms of the way people behaved compared to, say, someone in the 16th arrondissement in Paris, for example?
Well,
He's from some of my friends.
Yeah, but still.
what is pretty much amazing here by people, by Chinese people, about the expectations is, so they are very proud to be Chinese. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
When they come to us, they don't want to become Western or anything. Sure. They want to learn Chinese, but they want to be international. This is the way they use themselves. I want to be able, whenever I'm traveling and wherever I go, if I go to London, to New York, to Paris, elsewhere, I want to be able to impress people and not have people to look down on me. So this is something very important. So as a matter of fact, the people who come to our class will be those who somehow need the least to learn anything about manners, because they are those who are already quite well educated and quite well mannered. And very important, they want their kids to receive the utmost, can we say this in English?
Yeah, absolutely.
The utmost education that can ever be.
Yes, I see. Because as you mentioned, though the Chinese people going abroad and studying abroad, I mean, if you think about it, it's only a tiny little fraction of people in relation to the number of Chinese people that actually live in China. And so it makes sense when you say, oh, it's the people that need it the least, really, because they're probably already in tune, and they're already kind of, maybe they've already been to a school that is internationally minded. I'm not going to say international school, because a lot of them can't go to these ones, but schools that are focused on taking the children out of China eventually, and putting them into education abroad. So I think there are already a lot of schools, I guess, in China who prepare them for that at a very young age.
Yes. So this is one point, the international point, and the second one is they want to be beautiful. Really, this is an outcome we have a lot from the ladies taking our class. Is they see it as a way to be more elegant. So the class is about what kind of posture should you have when you sit, what kind of and right away Matthias is standing straight.
Matthias suddenly sits up.
How to place your legs to make them look longer or slimmer. What kind of pose should you take when you take photos?
Yeah.
Depending on your dress you have, if you have a short dress, long dress, if you have trousers, if you have heels or not. These are some of the highlights that we have. People enjoy the most. Yeah. So they want to be beautiful and they want to be international.
Okay, and I noticed another thing that you do is public speaking.
Yes.
Is that a popular side of the business?
It is. So this will be the side of the business we will do the most for staff trainings. We also do train staff, especially in hospitality, and a lot of our exercise is to recording people when speaking, and then analyzing the video, analyzing their voice, their gesture, their facial expression, and all their body posture.
Right.
And by this, right away, you can have very strong and immediate improvement. So it's an excellent exercise, and they don't, whether they speak Chinese, English, or Russian, doesn't matter. It's the same for us.
Okay, and so given the industry that you're in, you must some of the types of clients that you have are, I guess, quite high end and come from rather sort of wealthy, well-off families. Are there any particular well-known people or famous people that to whom you've given lessons? We
had very interesting people. So I have to say, a lot of the ladies from the beauty industries who are big clients of beauty are coming to the classes. We had, for instance, a lady in Beijing. She's an artist. Painting are exposed at the Louvre Museum in Paris. We had, We had also the wife of the mayor of one of the big city in China, and one of the northern city. We had also the son of the mayor of another big city. So we quite regularly have some big names, and quite often they are actually all very, I would say, low key. I mean, you will not recognize them.
Right.
Quite interesting experiences. I have to say and we do adults and we do kids as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the naughtiest kids I ever had always were the Western kids.
Right.
Quite often, yes. I remember the Italian boy, especially. He is beautiful like an angel, and being too beautiful, having like too much attention from
I can imagine.
all his family, especially his mother, and being unmanageable and on the table. Yes.
I actually have a question. When you were talking about public speaking,
Yes.
You said you do it for people coming from different countries, right?
Yes.
So different way of speaking.
Yes.
You mentioned Russian, I guess. Or maybe
By this, I mean that we do analyze the way you speak.
Okay.
So all the non-verbal.
Okay.
So your voice, your gesture. So no matter the language you speak,
Okay.
it doesn't matter at all.
Okay.
And actually, it's quite interesting that Robert, that you picked this item, because this is something that is a very particular point in Britain. So in Britain, you have very strong distinctions between, correct me if I'm wrong, amongst the accents that people have.
Indeed.
Yes.
I mean, it's incredible to when you think about the size of the UK and even just England and the multitude of accents that you have in England, it's incredible. You've got I don't know. I mean, from an English person's point of view, you can tell the difference between, say, you can distinguish between maybe 10 to 20 different accents in England alone.
Yes.
Wow.
And maybe it will be harder for a foreigner to detect those accents. But if an English person comes in now and they start talking, I could probably get his location within around 20 miles. But you've got like cities like Manchester and Liverpool that are only, say, 50 kilometres apart, but the two accents are distinctly different.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever heard, say, I don't know, footballer Steven Gerrard talking, and then you've got like Liam Gallagher from Oasis, and the two accents are very, very different, but they don't come from far apart. But yeah, it's incredible. Obviously, the Scottish accent, the Newcastle accent, the Liverpool accent, the Southern, the London accent, and so forth. There's other accents in the South as well. So it's so you were saying about accents.
Yes, it's a very strong British specificity.
It is.
So British English is definitely the language that carries the most social differentiation, and this is where in England the social differentiation is the most marked amongst many countries.
Yeah, I guess that, say, in the first 2 to 3 minutes you can kind of you have an idea as to what kind of background and what kind of class the person belongs to. I mean, it sounds terrible, but it's just, I guess that's just the way it is in the UK.
What's your background? You're a posh guy?
Pardon?
What's your background?
When someone hears me, they're going to think I'm just some kind of ordinary guy. They're not going to consider me posh at all. No.
Whether every country has its own way of differentiation, and France, for taking France as an example, clearly it is, Matthias, you would say.
Sorry?
Where is the social? How do you differentiate people by their social classes? Mostly in France.
I guess clothes. Clothes, right?
Clothes in France is a huge social differentiation.
That's true.
If we take, for instance, here at China, it's the school of your kids.
Yeah.
Where you put your kids at school.
And the car, right?
Car, yeah.
Sure,
This is
in Shanghai.
It definitely is. It definitely is one. So there are many of them.
Yeah.
Quite often, I had some parents quite proud. So as soon as they have quite a good school, you can be sure the name of the school will pop up quite soon in a conversation.
I mean, I guess there is a little bit of that in the UK, but maybe so much in China. But if your kids go to we call it a public school, but as you know, a public school in the UK is not a public school at all. It's a private school. And so if you say that you went to Eton or Harrow or somewhere like that, there is some people attach a lot of importance to that. But maybe it's even more so in China.
Yes. This and tour and travel. So only 6% of Chinese people have a passport, and for those having it, they travel quite often. So among the upper class, the wealthy class, they do travel a lot, and it's a very strong social difference as well. For those who have been in Europe, in America mostly, that's often. So if I take my clients, once for instance I had a quote, one who said, "Oh, can you imagine this lady? She was never even been to Europe. How can she pretend to be someone?" So, and it says it all. It was a Chinese lady. It was not me saying. It says it all. It's a social differentiation here in China, traveling.
So would you say, I mean, it makes sense now when you see Chinese people in Europe, all they're doing is taking photos. So I guess they want to put them on the WeChat and the Weibo, and they want to show people that they've been to Europe, and you know, perhaps a picture in front of the Eiffel Tower or Buckingham Palace is going to give them a few social points, I guess.
It's a global trend. Now we can see also in the rest of the world, definitely, let's say 100 years ago, people were the difference in clothes were quite different between the working classes, between the higher classes. Now it's getting less and less. Now we even have some leaders, like the Prime Minister of Canada, for instance, who's often going in meetings without tie. We have people like Steve Jobs or the big guys of the big tech company who comes in t-shirts. So the differentiation is less.
This is it.
In clothes.
Like, even Macron sometimes he's not wearing tie.
Even Macron sometimes.
You've got some billionaires
as well.
Really super rich billionaires that don't wear suits anymore, as you're saying. Yeah, like Elon Musk and people like that aren't particularly smart.
But the interesting one is that there is people still want to make a difference, and the difference now is it's always on something that, let's go it like this: the not so wealthy people cannot afford. This is always where it will be picked, and here nowadays is on traveling. Is on being on holiday. If you are in Europe, you take the holiday in Thailand or in South America. It's something most of the people cannot afford, and the social medias has been, let's say, made this effect even stronger. Now it's possible to be visible through this, so this is where the people want to make their difference.
Yeah, and on a similar subject to that, you actually give advice on how to pose for pictures, photos as well. Is that right?
Yes, definitely. It's the new class we had last year, and this is the most successful, so the biggest success we had for a while. This photo posing class. So everyone liked it. The young, the older, the men as well, the ladies, the kids. Kids worked very well for kids as well. Yes.
So you're actually telling them not to pose like this?
First, this is one way. We always said, so what's a good photo? What's a good photo? What's a good photo that will make you look good?
Good landscape.
Good landscape. On you. Let's talk about
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Exactly. Photoshop. A week.
Photoshop works well. Yes. So we tell them you have a lot of items to consider, but about you mostly have 3. So first, you're gonna have your emotions. What do you carry? What kind of feelings do you carry? First one. Then you're gonna have also your posture, or the pose itself you will do. Then you have your clothes. You have of course the light, you have also of course the angle, but this is not somehow your job, it's more the photographer job. On you, on a model part, when you are taking a photo of yourself, you are a model, you have to take these 3 items into considerations. So your feelings, your clothes, and your posture. Among these 3, Roberts, which one can you change right away? Which one can you not change right away?
But obviously the one you can change straight away is your posture.
Yes.
And the one you can't change is your clothes, I guess.
Exactly. So your emotions, the emotion you carry, your posture, you can change.
Yeah.
The clothes, you cannot. I mean, when you take a photo, you could, but it takes one time, right? So what we teach will be according to the type of clothes you have right now, what kind of posture could you have, and what kind of emotions could be associated to that. So let's take a very concrete example. You say, for instance, you did this.
Yeah.
So if, like me, if you wear a suit, tie, if you're a man, if I did like this, it will look ridiculous.
Silly, exactly.
But you take, for instance, I don't know if you have a nephew or daughter, you take a little girl from 15, 14 years old, wearing some pink, having some like a
with a couple of bunny rabbit ears or something, then it will look nice.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It will make a cool photo. Yeah, it was Matthias something like this one. Yeah, so it's all about the feelings you want to give, all about how you are and what kind of emotion we bring on the camera. And this is what we want to help people to find, is no matter the situation, no matter where you are, how to be able to find, to show the best of yourself.
Yeah.
This is the value of a company. We want to reveal the outstanding part of people.
And to advise on the type of emotion that corresponds with what they're wearing, where they are.
Yes. For instance, me here, I'm wearing, so once again, suit tie. If I take a pose which is anything different than serious, elegant, or let's say smart, all these kind of things, it won't work.
Sure.
I will take it off right now. If I remove my tie, I take off the jacket, I put it on my shoulder. I will do a casual and a very
compose
I will do something like this. I will be like this. It will.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, this is a bit the essence of the class. Yeah.
Okay, perhaps we can have a little look on posture now.
Yeah, let's have a look at posture. Yes,
there we go.
Yes.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually one of
It's
the.
hard because we're sort of sitting on a sofa. So
Do you know why it's hard on your back now? Because we sit on a sofa on which your knees are higher than your buttocks.
Yeah.
So it's actually very hard for your back then.
Which is why I've always got a backache on a Tuesday morning, I guess.
No. So we're going to make a little exercise on sitting.
Yeah.
So every time so this is actually one of the iconic exercises we have that all ladies have. So we'd like now to ask to please stand up.
Stand up. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And now,
I can't really
can we do it on a chair? I would prefer to have a normal chair.
Certainly.
Very good. Can we do it on a chair? Or anywhere. Do it anywhere.
Could someone film this one as well?
I'm filming with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So,
go for it, right.
Sir.
Yes.
So please, I would like you please to have a seat. So.
Okay.
Sit. Good.
Robert le Manant.
And now, please stand up.
Stand up.
Also stand up. Okay, you did it better that time than in here.
Right, I see, yeah.
Let me go through it.
Because I kept my back straight as I got up, right?
You got the hip.
Instead of getting up like that, I got up like that.
So I will exaggerate a bit.
Okay, sure.
So, sorry. Sorry, the little one. Sorry, the little one. So, this is part, so big part.
Yeah.
So when we sit, definitely, we don't want to do this one. And we don't want to do that one. We're standing up. 3 reasons. Well, the first one, you can imagine, we don't want to see this, right? Second, and this is something that Chinese likes a lot, it's the eye contact. If you look down, if you bend yourself when you go down, you lose eye contact with people. And the third one, you know it, it's your back. It's bad for your back. That's why, sir, if you would like to come back.
So what I've got to do,
So we will start from here. So you will straight. So touch my hand with your head. Yes, excellent. Wow, you're straight. Okay. Did you swim? Did you dance when you were younger?
I swam, yeah.
You swam? Yeah, I can tell. Because you see here, it's very straight. And generally, when I place my hand here, people, you can, so parallel, chin parallel to the ground, and you touch my hand. Yes, we keep it straight. We open your chest. Keep it straight. Touch my hand again.
Okay.
Yes, good. And now, don't move. And please have a seat.
Wow, l'équilibre.
There is a dog.
Okay.
Évidemment, t'as
Out of the way, Shelley.
There is a dog.
Okay. So
Have a seat. Okay.
So I've got to sort of bend down like that, right?
Oh, mais t'es trop fort, j'arriverais même pas à faire un pas, moi.
Si, tu arriveras très bien.
There we go.
Please stand.
Now I've got to get up again.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah. Ushi.
So I walk along like that.
Okay. Little hint. Little explanations.
Beau gosse.
So,
You have a new model, man.
and you see, with this posture, you're very straight, you have open chest, so it makes naturally, just by having your shoulders pulled back and the neck straight, it makes you naturally look more confident, look stronger, right? Much stronger, more confident, and more positive. So, just this little one. We come back here on the chair.
You have to
So
give
here
the
you
book
see
back.
when you sat down, you did this to keep
Went
it
down
straight.
like that, yeah, exactly.
So the little
It's like when
tip.
you're doing a squat at the gym.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well,
keep
if you
back-
have
you
good
have to- you have to
tights,
keep your back straight. Like
That's
that.
good. But the hint is to have one foot, it's on my feet here, to have one foot down, behind, and that way it's much more easier and natural to sit with the back straight.
Yeah.
So you can eventually walk, go back,
Shelly.
and you naturally sit.
I see. Great.
Okay.
So I put
That's
one
right.
foot. I put
Yes.
one foot back as I sit down.
Yes. Okay, yes.
Loupe pas la chaise. Hein.
Like that. There we are.
Waouh,
Very
trop
nice.
fort.
No one has ever taught me this.
So, chin, chili.
Okay. And,
Good.
and again as you get up.
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
see.
same.
Ah,
Good.
Yeah, very nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
and this is exercise to force you to keep the back straight
Yeah.
and then to make it natural. Objective is to make it natural, of course.
Trop fort.
Yeah.
Then we have another exercise.
Yeah.
Please don't move.
Okay.
Sometimes in the life of a gentleman, problems happen.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yes. Oh gosh, I've got to pick my pen.
Yes, you're gonna have to pick your pen.
Yeah. Okay.
Please take it. Good.
Where is
be
it?
behind,
Where is it? Where
yes.
is it?
Yes,
There we go.
nice. Got
You
it.
don't lose eye contact, so that means you don't look at the pen?
So here,
Well,
the explanations on this one.
I'm going to drop the hat. I'm going to drop the book. So,
So with this, what we don't want you to do is to do this. All right?
Okay.
So what we want you to do is to keep a back straight.
Okay.
So you have two ways. So the one Rob did, it's correct one. So to have one
That's the
feet
only
behind,
one I could have done it.
to go straight
Yeah.
and to pick. Of course, when you are there, of course you can look down. Okay, you don't have to.
Yeah. Fear.
Of course.
For it.
Gotcha.
This is the exercise.
Like
When
it's
you are a
the
lady,
aim for the exercise is just the first part, just to get
is
down
to keep it straight.
Yeah.
Is to force people to be straight.
Yeah.
Ladies, so this is a part that our clients love. So ladies should not do this movement if they have a dress.
Sure.
They will keep it together and they will do like this.
I see.
Yes, they will twist a little bit and keep the knees together. And little story, one day I have a client, a lady, she tells me, oh, I know another way, a third way. Really? Okay.
There's another way, is there?
She did like this.
Ah, like a
And
curtsy.
she picked it. Yes.
Is that good or bad?
Well, that's pretty much extreme, sophisticated, but
Yeah, sure.
please.
Okay, go
Shall we?
again. That way, shall we?
Yes.
Il a mis un coup de pied.
Ah, you did again? The
Oh,
men's
you wanted
way.
me to do the curtsy
She
style?
did that one.
Oh,
crossed.
blimey. Oh, I'll try and do that one then.
Yes, okay.
Oh,
So you cross.
like that.
Yes. Wow. So, it's talented.
There we are.
Talented. Very good athlete.
And you haven't seen it on Saturday night. Hein.
Excellent.
Good, great.
Let's study some, we can do some men's pose now.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure our readers like our
Oh, one
watcher.
of the other guys wants something.
No, you're perfect, man.
Oh, really?
So, men's
Okay.
pose. Okay.
Man's pose. Okay.
Men's pose. So, we start with the simplest one, the easiest one. Gentlemen, if you don't know what to do, the easiest is also the hardest. It's this one.
Just standing.
This is most of the time the one you will never dare to do because you will feel, oh, where do I put my hands? Oh no, it looks weird, it looks stupid like this. It doesn't look stupid. Look at all the head of states. Look at Putin, Macron, Trump, Obama, all Xi Jinping, all of them. When you take official photos,
Just
that way.
Just straight down.
straight, so
Straight down.
feet
Like
same at the shoulders,
that. Yeah.
open, hands along the body, and we are like this. So this is the official, the formal photo. Okay? One way. On your own vacation photo, probably you don't want to look so formal, right, gentlemen?
Do your legs sort of tight or relax a little bit or bend a
you're
little
doing a
bit?
squat.
It's completely straight.
Straight.
Completely straight, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the formal one.
Okay.
Okay? So now, if you want to make it slightly, so still quite elegant or good looking, but a little bit more stylish, a little bit more, let's say, fashionable, younger,
Yeah.
you have one leg slightly in front.
Ah, sure.
That way.
Yeah.
So,
Sort of like, kind of like a model pose.
yeah, this is a bit, it's a model pose. This is a model pose, just like this, yes. You got relaxed, yeah? Just relaxed. So you relax your arms,
Yeah.
go like this, yeah.
But arms, legs straight still?
Yes, so straight or slightly bend it. You can bend it a bit.
Okay.
If you make it straight, it will make your leg longer. If you bend it like this, it will make your thighs bigger.
So this is a good sort of just a good
This is a
photo
good one,
pose.
yeah. So you're straight, so don't move. Yeah, you're
Okay.
Okay, relax.
Shoulders
relax,
out,
relax,
shoulders out like
relax,
that.
really relax
Yeah.
here. Open here, but relax there. Okay.
Okay, right like that.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah.
Now here we are. So this is model way. Yeah. We can switch the other leg. Okay. Easy one.
Yeah.
Be straight. Yeah, be straight. Good. Yes. So this has also the advantage to make you look fit here on the waist, but still strong on the chest. Yes.
Right like that.
Now, quite another pose, which is also will not suit my clothes today, is a casual one, is hand in pocket.
Yeah.
You can do the same, so hands in front and hands in pocket. As soon as you put your hands in pocket, you are casual.
Yeah.
And here, so here we won't do so straight, so up. Here I will on purpose relax, because we are on casual pose.
Yeah.
So here,
shoulders down,
Yeah.
slouching a little bit.
I will even, I'm undressing myself, I will even, to make it much better,
Yeah, or
on purpose be casual with such a
that,
pose.
or
Yeah.
an extra button down,
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly. Here it will work better. Right? Okay, we'll continue. We'll continue. Generally, people like this. So, on to Stefan. Yes, the pose you're doing. So you're doing a very interesting pose here. So you cannot see on the camera, but Stefan is doing this. Yes, he's having his head here.
Good looking.
Quickly, there we are.
Stefan, yes.
There he is like that. Yeah. Nice.
On dirait un mannequin de la redoute.
This pose is actually
I was a model back in the time.
the first movement we teach to people, to ladies. To ladies.
Ah.
But for men, no,
You feel better.
for men as well. Okay, so this, so for the hands, most of the times, people who are watching us, when we take photos, we all wonder what do we do with our hands, right?
Yeah.
So you have two safe options. Let's say three. Okay, first one, this one is casual. Okay, you're casual, but you don't look smart. You don't look too confident. The formal one, the official one, we said that one. Okay,
Yeah,
two.
one just like that. Arms, shoulders
Yes.
out,
Yeah.
and arms down.
Third one, indeed, is this one. So, this one. This one, this is, so it's a very strong one. So for ladies, it will make them look slimmer. And in general, it makes a statement of confidence, of self-confidence to be like this.
Right.
Yes. So let's study it. So ladies, for those who are watching us, ladies, pay attention. You need to break your wrist to do like this, to really break it down. Yes. For ladies.
Okay.
Ladies, yeah, you break your
I
wrist.
see.
Yeah. If you have it straight, it's too much a man posture. Yeah. Yeah, but it's okay to break it as a man, but yeah. Then, for ladies, when you do it, if you put your arm on the side, you will look bigger, look larger. So you will have it behind. And same for the shoulder, don't have it front, you have it behind. So here, you will break your shoulder line, you will emphasize your hips here, so you make you look slimmer on here. And
Okay.
careful, you have it here.
So for
Yeah. And we open, and here.
So that's a
So
lady.
this is
Oh,
a
yeah, I've
lady
seen that
posture.
before, yeah.
So here you can imagine, yes, exactly. You can imagine the Victoria's Secret model.
On dirait
doing
Lady.
this one. Yeah, exactly.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
On dirait Diana.
Anyway. But go ahead. But yeah.
For gentlemen,
For the guys ones, we're different.
gentlemen, indeed, we don't want to do some no. For gentlemen, we try to be more straight, don't have too much, don't to create too much curve.
Yeah.
So we can still do it, but we will keep it straight, and on the contrary, we'll keep the arm.
So keep the
open.
wrist
Yes.
straight this
Yeah.
time.
You can
Like
keep,
that.
you don't over break it.
Not like
you can
that,
you
but
can
like that.
you can just relax it.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
You relax your fingers. Yes.
So like that.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Here you're making a strong statement.
Yeah.
And now I want you to close your eye. You relax your arms. So relax.
Just down.
Undo it. Undo it.
Okay.
You relax your eyes. And now we're gonna work on the emotions. So I will count 3. 1, 2, 3, and I want you to say yes. Let's say, who can you be? I'm maybe not Boris Johnson.
David Beckham.
You're David Beckham. You're the strong, confident David Beckham. So we will say 1, 2, 3. I'm David Beckham.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
And I want to
Moi, je suis
see
Zidane.
David Beckham on you. Okay.
Vas-y David.
He's a bit feminine, though, isn't he?
No, make you your own way.
Okay.
Make you your own way. Okay. 1, 2, 3. You're David Beckham.
I'm David Beckham.
Yeah, we could see. You could see the vibes.
No,
We had the vibes. We had the vibes.
Non mais t'as
Yes.
vachement plus confiant.
And that's what photo posing is about. It's about creating vibes. We will have time now. We will have worked on other posture and other emotions. For instance, what about if you will be, on the contrary, the cool guy, the friend in the office? What about if you will be the head of state? What about if you will be the artist?
Yeah.
So we'll have worked different poses, different emotions, and at the end, it's like playing a character. It's like acting.
Yeah,
Taking
it is.
photos is acting, right? Yeah. So
How does it feel
let's
to
make
be,
a last
David?
one. Let's make a last one.
Okay.
So we go.
Vas-y, David.
No, wait. Yeah.
I'm waiting.
So 1, 2, and you turn. Look this one.
Oh,
Okay.
bah,
Okay.
Right.
And you have to give your 2 eyes to the camera. So 1, 2, 3. You turn, and you look with both eyes to the camera. 1, 2, 3. Like
Okay.
this. Yes.
So 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Strong look. Yeah. This is a pretty confident assessment. Yeah. Are you looking at me? You're really looking at me, right? Oh, you are. Yes. What are you looking at? You're looking at me. Yes. There's a bit this kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Ah ouais, vénère.
Hey.
Yeah. Or you could make it even a bit seducing. Oh, is it me you're looking? Here? Yeah? Yeah. Good.
You look like Stallone.
Good. Okay, so now we review them all. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, the head of state.
Head of state. That's
Yes.
that's that one.
That's right.
Bam.
1, 2, 3, a model. 1, 2, 3, we are casual.
Oh shit.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, the hand.
How do I think for that? Just like that. Oh yeah, I'm David Beckham.
Yes, you're David Beckham. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Are you looking at me? Yes. Nice. Yeah, good student. Franchement, good student.
Ah ouais, t'es une machine,
Great.
t'es trop
Yeah,
fort.
pretty good, aren't they?
Yes, super. Nice.
Such simple things, but really effective.
Ah ouais, ouais.
Great.
No, it's really crazy when you pop up to your chest like that. You really look more confident, huh?
Yeah.
Especially from the side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
More often.
yeah. And you see, we can see your chest.
Next time,
you have muscles. Yeah.
Production meeting, you go in like that.
Yeah. Come on, guys. PM meeting out.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Good boss.
Good.
Okay.
All good.
I
Yeah.
say doing exercise and working out, it makes you think more about your posture as
Yes.
well. Because to do the exercises safely, you have to do them in that way
Yes.
anyway. If you're doing deadlifts or squats, you have to have your back straight when you do them, or if you're doing
That's true.
instead of doing the rows like this, you have to do them like that so that your back's totally straight. So it's the same kind of thing, I guess.
It is. It definitely is. Yes.
So it helps with the posture.
Yeah. So a little advice for those watching us. So it's simple. Take your mirror and strike the pose in front of the mirror, right? And close your eyes. Tell you 1, 2, 3. Bring out the emotion and bring out the pose, and you will see wonders.
Great, wonderful. Okay. So what can we move on to next?
Yeah. What can we move on to next? Yeah.
Guys, I have to
What
go.
can we move on to next? Yeah, any other part of your training that we can look at? Or?
Any other kind of training? Oh, let's make something that our people like a lot. It's about the handshake.
Okay.
Yes. So the handshake. So
On voit pas
I
ça.
will make you the way I will do with our Chinese people, right? Because I know so you are Brit. Probably
Yeah.
have a few things that are obvious for us, but to make you realize that some items are not obvious for everyone. Let's say. So probably if I ask you which hand you give me, you will say.
The right one.
Okay, and if I tell you that now, what about if we are both left-handed?
Story of my life.
The right one still.
Yes, I do have sometimes people telling me, oh, maybe we will give the left one. People don't know here. So I'm teaching them, it's always the right one.
Yeah.
Then,
That's what I just assumed.
at which distance shall we be from each other?
I don't know, about there maybe?
So you see there are things that are obvious for you,
Yeah.
but which are not for everyone.
For them, yeah, because my wife basically, she was saying that her family don't hug or shake hands very
Yes.
much, and it's just not something in their culture.
Yes.
And, so it's something that we just take for granted, especially French people. When they go into a French office,
Yes.
draw, you go, you
We
spend,
stopped doing it here, actually. We don't do it
you spend the
anymore.
first sort of 3 minutes in a French office shaking everyone's
Yes.
hand. And it's
And
just
kissing
totally-
everyone,
Yeah, exactly.
you do, yeah.
But no, it's not so much. I guess we've just got into the Chinese way of doing things here, and so we don't sort of tend to do it. But once you've been in an environment like that for 5 or 6 years, like I had, you just know. You just go in, you shake someone's hand, and you know how far away you need to be.
Yes. So it's half a meter, so 50 centimeters
Right.
between each.
Yeah.
How high?
How high? And I was going to say how hard, how firm. Do you go light? Do you go light? Or do you go a bit harder? So
Okay, so let's first we still continue on the position.
Yeah.
So how high
How high?
should be your hand?
Yeah.
So
About for me about here.
yes.
Yes.
So the tip is same level as elbow here. So this is the tip we give for people. Indeed. Which distance? Like this? That way?
Just straight like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
very strong. Indeed, here, giving the hand facing down is a sign of domination.
Yeah.
The hands up, yeah, it's very often you will see dominated people and tend to take your hand like
really?
this. Yeah,
I see.
like this,
Yeah.
right? We probably had some people like,
Because they think they're sort of above you and they want to.
yes,
Trump style.
Trump style.
And a long shake.
Is that what Trump does? And the long shake as
And
well.
the long,
Some of
he
those
was famous
politicians
for the
do.
long
Yes, yes. Then, indeed, we have, so then we come to what you said about how firm you
Yeah.
take it.
Mm.
So here, there's first the American way. So indeed, the American way, you have to really grasp
Yeah,
and
firm one.
very strong. You need to feel the fingers under.
Right.
So this is a strong American way. So we need to give. So it means I'm confident. You
Yeah.
can trust me. I trust you. I'm here for you. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
In Europe, it will be still firm, but won't be suppressed that much.
Mm.
Okay. In Asia, now people in Asia start to do handshake. They will even tend, so ladies will even tend to take half of the hand like this. Most of my ladies, clients, when they come to shake my hands, they take it like this.
Yeah.
And they make a very little one.
Yeah.
So just know it. Yes. By the way, speaking about this, I have a little anecdote. So indeed, in many protocols, in many states protocol, you have only the right to shake the hand of a president, a prime minister, or a queen, a king, only if he or she gives the hand.
Gives out her hand first.
Yes.
I see.
Do you know why?
No.
Actually, there is I have a little story about that. It's the wife of Ronald Reagan, so Nancy Reagan.
Okay.
After 8 years of presidency, this very petite lady, she was quite little, quite small. She spent the 8 years having guys excited crushing her,
Yeah.
and she had the whole hand totally
Right.
destroyed.
She had
Completely
bones broken?
She had, I will not do that much, but she had some severe problem on her hands
Yeah.
because of that.
But surely, wouldn't the man know not to shake a hand as firmly with a lady? I mean,
We will say yes, but when you meet
US, my friend.
yes.
Sorry for that. US, my friend.
yes, so
Maybe not.
that's why in many protocols, the most important person should give the hand first. It's him on her to decide if he wants to greet you or not.
Yeah.
Then, so we give the hands. How many shakes?
Normally, well, I mean, if I'm just shaking hands with people in a French office, it would just be like that and then done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very.
1, 2, 3, 4, depending the occasions, but this is what we teach, normally up to 4 times. So it's not obvious for everyone. You still have people, of course. We all saw that, right?
Yeah.
People are very excited to shake their hands.
Yeah, and they do it for the camera,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
people take pictures. Yeah, like that. But yeah.
What do you do with your left hand?
When you're shaking someone's hand,
Yes.
I've never thought about it. I guess it just stays down here.
Okay.
There are some people do that.
Yeah, so what about if I
Yeah.
do this? How would you feel if I do that?
Are you the one dominating?
Yes.
You are.
So
yeah.
either I want to dominate you, or let's
Seduce
say you are much more junior than
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
and I want
It's
to confront you.
it's basically a boss.
Yes.
Shaking hands with one of his employees.
Yes. So you are the intern, but don't worry, you didn't do anything bad.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
I see. Okay.
If I do indeed that one, now, what about that one?
That's more personal, I guess, or more of in terms of endearment.
Yes, and I want to control you.
Oh, right, I see.
This is the possessive one.
Yeah.
Here.
So you've got domination over
Yes.
that person. Okay.
It's quite often seen in business environments in America, in Europe as well, by men. Yes.
Right.
That one. This
I see that one, like
Yes.
politics as well.
Yes.
I don't know, is it more like a sign of respect?
Sure.
No, or is it just total?
If the first time
or
I
is
see
it just total domination? I don't know.
So if I do this, so either we are on the same team.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see players doing this, right?
Yeah.
We're on the same team.
Yeah.
Or if we're not, I put you.
You're sort of.
I put you smaller.
You're sort of
It's again a
pushing me
symbol.
to the ground.
Yes, again a symbol of domination.
Yeah. So I see politicians do that as well.
Yes, and it's the same. Like we take a photo, I put my hand here on you,
Yeah.
I make you shorter.
Yeah.
And if I make you shorter, I got to control.
Yeah.
So politics are a lot about these images that you show. And you will see, for instance, when here you're watching us in front, here, let's say we are two head of states shaking hands.
Yeah.
Then you all want to be in my place. Because on my side here, when we're going to shake the hands, I will be the one, so you will see my hand from that side.
Exactly.
I will be the one controlling you from the picture perspective.
I see.
So quite often you have people in head of state. We have like there is a very strong video about François Hollande, so former French president, and Dilma Rousseff, the former Brazilian president, where they are both changing
Trying to
place,
jostle
trying to find place because they all wanted to be.
You're trying to jostle for the right position.
Yes.
They want to get on to the right side for the camera.
Exactly. And also during the debate of Obama and John McCain, when they come in, they come on stage and they have to shake hands.
Yeah.
So John McCain is very happy because he's on that side, so it shows. So it's very, you see him coming with a strong the winning face, like yes, I'm here, I'm the winner, and I'm taking it.
Yeah.
And you have Obama, so I will make the Obama one.
Okay.
So
John McCain coming in like this.
very strong, yes. And right away Obama does this, and it's laughing.
Yeah.
And you see on the precise moment, you see the face of John McCain completely crumbling down. Yes. So that's about what politics is also, is about the power we show. So to go back to the question, what do you do with your left hand when you shake hands? Your answer was correct. You just let it.
Leave it here.
Leave it here.
Well, I'm waiting for someone to dominate you.
Yeah. Or if you want to show some respect to people, it's something Chinese people enjoy, place it under.
Right.
Here, yes.
Okay.
I'm a bit bending myself.
Yeah.
People in Asia, they like
slightly subservient pose. I
Yes.
see. Okay.
And for the audience, where is this handshake from initially? Why do we shake?
Why do we shake hands at all?
You want to share something, I think, right? Tell us.
Was that come from is that a question from someone?
No, it's just out of. I just want to share that.
Oh, I see.
Why do we shake hands at first place? Because back in the time we hide or actually weapon the weapon in the right hand. So when you shake hand, you show to the guy you shake hand with that actually you have no weapon and you mean no harm.
Yes.
And that's why we do the right hand, both right hand. So you're an arm, I'm an arm. We're not going to fight each other. We can shake hand.
Yes.
So it's coming from that.
Actually, there was also a story about that. You know that the weapon used to be on the left because people are being, most of them right-handed. So you take your weapon, your sword, like this. So that's also why traditionally people were walking on the streets and driving on the left. Because here, if I do that, right away facing me, I have my opponent.
Right.
So I can't face it. You have to imagine the Middle Age in antiquity, in the small roads down in the forest, which are quite insecure. You want to be sure that if you cross someone, to be able to take your weapon.
Yeah. Is that why the British still drive on the left?
Yes, exactly what. And you know how it changed. Actually, it's not the British who changed.
It was it wasn't British who changed because they still do it.
It was Napoleon who changed.
Napoleon.
The right one. Actually, here it was traditionally everyone was driving on the left, and on that time it was meant on the right to disturb indeed I mean, we could dig the story, but that's the origin of that.
It was to kind of to how to say it, outwit or to trick or to deceive or to surprise the British. I see.
Completely.
So you got all the rest of Europe and the United States to.
So this custom took place finally, but it was not a natural way of working, or in an environment where you have to carry.
So all the countries that still drive on the left are kind of like the natural warrior countries then.
Like, everyone fighting on the streets.
Japan and all the British places still.
Yeah.
Australia, New Zealand, South Africa,
Malaysia,
Malaysia. There's Japan, Thailand. It's quite a lot.
Yes.
UK.
Yes. So this is something people like to learn about the handshake. And you see here that we are both Western men because you have been interested in history part. When I do teach to Chinese people, they want the very practical tips, the very pragmatic things. Do this, do that, don't do that because that. But they don't want to know much about the historical aspect.
Right.
Of course, it's not their culture. It doesn't ring a bell for them as much as it does for us.
Yeah.
On the other way, if I would be asking you, you want to learn some Chinese etiquette? Probably you'll say, oh yes, teach me. Teach me some. But if I start to tell you, oh, it's because this ancient emperor on that time did that with his spouse and the kid, and too much information. Tell me what to do, how to do it.
And it sounds like their kind of point of view.
Yes.
They just tell me to do it properly, and that's it. Yeah, that's all I need to know. That's how they go about it, I guess. And I was going to mention, you must have quite a few women ask you questions about these.
Yes.
As well. Even for me, that's like a bit of a minefield, really. I mean, it doesn't really exist in the UK. Sometimes you might shake your hand with a woman if you met them for the first time. You might give them a little hug, or you might perhaps give them a little peck on the cheek, maybe. But depending on how drunk you are.
Actually, it does in the UK, but on a very special. There is.
Well, obviously, I don't move in sort of high-end circles, so I'm not. You're probably more familiar with the code than I am.
Let's go with the cheek kissing one. So first of all, for all of you watching us, will your lips touch the skin or not?
Normally, no.
No.
I will. No question about that.
Naughty one. So
I thought normally when you do like the bisou with a French person, normally they don't. You just sort of brush the side of the cheek.
I was hoping, but you're right.
You make the noise, but you don't actually.
Your lips are never touching the skin of the person. So your lips are still in the air. First one. Then second one. If you can do me, can we do the air kiss? Can we do that one without touching each other?
In time of COVID, yeah.
In time of COVID, but we are already too close in time of COVID, right?
I would say normally no, or maybe with a head of state or something.
It would be seen as a mark of disgusting. Like I find you disgusting.
So I'm not. I can't even bear to bring myself to touch my face.
So, ladies and gentlemen watching us, so if you are disgusted by the GPC, we can understand it. The answer is.
Shake hands.
Shake hands.
Okay.
Right.
So if you put out your hand to a lady, are you basically saying I think you're ugly?
Or I will say
that's a good one.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah. So better learn
So I always thought sort of like the guys always like to do the bisou with the cuter girls, and not so much with the less cute ones. I don't know.
Then, do you give the right first or the left first?
Normally, after living in France for 6 years, based on what I've done, I guess the left first.
Where were you in France?
I was just outside Paris, Parisian region.
So the left is this one.
I'm just trying to think about. I'll go to the left.
Give the right.
I'd go.
No, here you give your right.
Oh, my right. No, I thought I'd go to the left.
Okay, yes.
I'd go to my left, but it will be my right cheek.
So here it totally depends on
that's
country.
right. Is that what you?
Totally depends on countries and even on regions.
Yeah.
So this is a big joke in France. Like where do you do?
Yeah.
So
I've seen people mess it up a lot.
And it does. So don't worry, people watching us. Indeed, some regions will do it from the right first. Some people will do it from the left first. Okay. How many kisses?
Well, in where I was, it was always 2.
Yes. So this is the main one in France.
Yeah.
So in most of the France is 2, but you have the southeast of France who do 3.
3.
And this is quite an Italian influence because most of the Italian area will do 3 as well.
So that's like the Nice area around there.
Yes. So the chickasing will be so either 2, either 3, either 1. So this is typically a British custom. In the upper class, if you watch,
yes.
if you watch Downton Abbey, typically they will do only 1.
Yeah.
The queen herself, she does it also with her son, with Charles. They will do 1, or even 2 sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and you may have also 4 times, or just even numbers in Russian-speaking countries.
Yes.
So, Stefan, probably your wife, you can ask. So in Ukraine, in Russia, in Kazakhstan, so in Belarus or in the Balkans states, they do chickasing, and they will say they may do 4 or even more.
Are there not ones that do 4 in France as well? Though? A couple of regions.
Some areas, yes.
In the south, maybe,
Yes.
or not the southeast, but like other.
Some areas.
I thought there
Yes.
was 1 or 2 regions that
Yes.
also do 4 in France.
Yes.
And one that does 1, isn't it Poitou-Charentes or something? They do 1.
Also,
something
yes.
like that.
So, and who will you do it?
Ladies.
Ladies.
And kids. From my experience, it tended to be ladies that I already knew or that I hadn't, that I wasn't meeting for the first time.
Yes. So it's called social kissing, and it goes for the name, because indeed it's only in social circumstances.
Yeah.
So you will do it to people you know. Then, to people you know, it was 2 ladies, so in Western countries, in Europe, 2 ladies together, 1 man, 1 lady, and 2 men. What about 2 men?
Once again, as far as I know, no, normally not. They would shake hands.
Shake hands.
If they're related, they do it.
Good. Stefan, what with your father, what do you do?
Kiss.
You kiss. Your grandfather, what?
Kiss.
Kiss. Yeah. Your
Because
brother?
of the family.
Yeah. So the chick kissing between men in Western countries was when they were related.
Yeah.
So same family, teammates.
Okay, I was going to say, if the guys are really, really close as well,
Teammates.
and
nowadays,
super close or really, really good friends, or if they're drunk.
Indeed. And now it's evolving. So amongst the young generation, we see that men do chick kissing as well. We take like at the high schools now to show a certain proximity, like they are good friends. And now it's even the contrary. When 2 men will not do chick kissing, it will be seen that they're not that close. They're a bit cold.
Yeah.
So there is this custom is slowly evolving amongst them. It used to be between them a strong mark about the homosexual community, and now, I mean, the community being more accepted, it's also evolved in that direction. Yes. But if we go in the Arabic world, it's the opposite.
Indeed, yeah.
You will only kiss a man if you're a man, a woman if you're a woman, but cross-gender, you don't kiss. You don't do chick kissing. Because we didn't, so now we can talk about countries. So kissing countries and non-kissing countries.
Well, the country we're in right now is pretty much a non-kissing country, I would say. I think the Chinese would think it's a little bit weird when they see 2 guys doing ladies. I think they're just a bit confused by it, or they never ever see it. So that's a non-kissing. Surely we're in a non-kissing country here. I guess
the whole Asia.
The whole
Asia is not
well,
excepting Philippines, apparently some areas, and excepting India as well. But otherwise, Asia is a non-kissing area.
So China, Japan, Thailand, Vietnam. In most places. Okay.
So in Europe, you have a strong influence so we have the Lutheran countries and the other ones. So Northern Europe, so let's say Northern Germany, Scandinavia, will not kiss.
No.
The rest of Europe, and with a little subtlety in UK, where it's a bit half-half, will do kissing. Northern America, same, will not kiss, but nowadays, in the, let's say, the artistic areas in America, and especially in the both coasts, in California and New York, it started to be done in certain areas. Latin America.
Yeah.
Arabic countries, you said about it?
Themselves, like the same sex, but not.
Yes.
Yeah.
African countries?
Probably not.
There are
Yes.
some. There are
Some.
some, yes. And there is a lot of specificities in some. For instance, in Jordan, do you know how do they do cheek kissing in Jordan?
Jordan, Middle East, right?
Yes.
No, I don't.
So we do this,
Yeah.
and then
Oh, blimey.
yes,
One.
that's a Jordan one.
Yeah.
They will do one, and then
Couple of them.
and they will do a very, very even stronger song. And the louder I am, the more I appreciate you.
Right, gosh.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, that's a strange one. No,
Yes.
I've not heard of that one. Is that just Jordan? It's not like Syria or
Well,
any of the other countries around there? No, just Jordan.
We'll need to ask a specialist on that. Someone that's been living there. Yes. Yeah. So this is something we like to teach to our clients, and it's often abuse them. Yes, even the kids.
Yeah, no, I think even for Europeans, the bisou, the kiss thing can be a bit. Not everyone knows. It can be a bit confusing to some people, but and for me, the UK is just a total mix, really. You get some people that do the whole Chinese thing. They won't even shake hands and just do hey, like that, or then good friends will shake hands, and then families will. I mean, I don't do the bisou with my family. It's just generally a hug when I see them.
Let's make it the hug. It's also something we could talk about. So to whom will you do a hug?
My family, especially a lot. When I see my family, I haven't seen them for a long time, so I normally do a nice big hug with them. People that I haven't seen for a long time, in general, and good friends after a few drinks, and that's about it, I guess.
So the hug is a very English-speaking countries custom that we find indeed in the UK, America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. It's a very strong landmark of these countries.
Okay.
Yes.
Anglo-Saxon thing.
Anglo-Saxon thing.
Okay.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. On the contrary, the bees, it's a strong heritage from the Roman Empire.
Yeah, I was going to say some Latin cultures,
Yes.
maybe.
From the Romans, they had several words for the different kind of kisses. So you will have the social kiss that we will have done now as a social person. You will have the kiss you will have done to your wife, to your spouse, which was a kiss on the lips, but a very light one. And you will have then what you will have called the French kiss, which actually originally is a Roman kiss with the tongue, the one you give to the prostitute. Where yes, the one you give to the prostitute in the circumstance you may know. So to your wife.
Never to your wife.
Never to your wife.
You see.
So your wife to your spouse, you will do only a light one. That's how the Roman do.
Okay.
And that's also why you will find it in. So you will not say Russians are Latin, but Moscow has been called it itself the third Rome for a while. So that's why we still find a lot of cheek kissing in the whole Roman sphere of influence, and also in the Russian-speaking influence. Yes.
Right.
And actually, something also that went away during the Great Plague in the Middle East.
I see.
In the Middle Age.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. So on that time.
The pest.
Yeah, the pest. So you have many countries that have been severely hit by this that cut it off. So that's
I see,
also a moment Northern Europe.
To stop the spread of COVID. I mean, the plague. Yeah.
Yes.
Always rolls off the tongue. Great. Okay. Brilliant. Yeah. What fantastic advice we've had tonight.
Yeah, that was
I'm
great.
going to walk around totally different. Yeah, I guess we come to the end. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
We do it in time. Yeah, we've got.
Good.
Was that one?
Yes.
1 hour.
So take a book, this straight,
Yeah, there we go.
next straight, okay,
Nice, yeah.
and there you go. Right?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Thank you everyone for
Great.
watching.
Well, thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will be back again in the new year at some point. So we're not streaming next week. It's Christmas, so we're going to have a little bit of a break, but we'll be back in the new year. So have a great Christmas, everybody, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you everyone. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Merry Christmas, yes.